Here we have a nice sunset image. If I take my eyedropper tool and call up the info palette, I want you to notice something very closely. In some of these brightest areas here, it gets pretty intense. In fact, you'll see that the red value just spiked at 255. If you read our chapter on pixels or on color correcting photos, you'll know that values above 235 fall outside of the broadcast safe spectrum. Let's go ahead and eyedropper on the palm tree. You'll notice that the green and blue values dip pretty low. In fact, values below 16 can also be problematic for the broadcast safe range. The solution is this. Call back up the levels dialog box by pressing Command L or Control L. If you're not so comfortable, simply add an adjustment layer for levels, which will allow you to continue to tweak the image, and it treats the levels adjustment as a live effect. I could bring the black and white sliders closer in to improve contrast. See, bringing the white point in lightens up the lightest areas. I could slide the midpoint here, the gray, making this an early morning shot. And in fact, you see all that green comes right out of the image. Before, after. And we could do a tremendous amount of exposure adjustment. I'm going to leave this, though, being a sunset shot, so I don't care to see the green, and I'd like it to fall off. What's important here are my output levels. I need to adjust it so that the black clamps at a value of 16, and the white, tab over, clamps at a value of 235, and click OK. Inside the computer environment, the image looks a little washed out. However, when displayed on a television monitor, it will appear in the proper broadcast range, and the saturation, contrast, and exposure will look much more like what you started with. As I drag through the black here, you'll see none of our values dip below 16. In our bright areas here, nothing exceeds 235. All that's left now is to size the image. Grab the crop tool, crop to 720 by 534, click apply, and I can let the nonlinear editing system re-import this, or After Effects change the shape for me, like I did with my last image. Or I can go ahead and reprocess it here with the image size command, 720 by 480, and click OK. Under Photoshop CS, go ahead and tell it that you are using non-square pixels, because that's what you just forced it into. The image will display properly, and you could save it off, first as a PSD file, then save off a pict. One more image to go, and this one is problematic. Simply put, it's the wrong shape. You have two options. One is to crop the image and lose part of the outside area. This may work out well for you if you're going for a full screen sort of look. Another command is to size this so it fits and letterboxes the outside area. To do this, press D for default colors. Then choose File, Automate, Fit Image. We can now constrain the image to fit within a particular width and height. 720 on my width, 534 on my height. You'll see that the image has shrunk down to fit within both of those constraints. However, the original aspect ratio is preserved. We now choose Image, Canvas Size, and I specify what I would like the canvas shape to be. In this case, 720 for the width, 534 for the height, and extend the canvas using black. And I click OK. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Now it's just a matter of saying Image, Image Size, changing that to the non-square pixel shape. If you'd like, reinterpret it using the non-square pixel setting here. That's really more for your comfort level inside of Photoshop. And you can now save the image out. File, Save As. Now what you've seen here are several different techniques for doing the same thing. Depending upon your source images, you may have to adjust your approach. You'll find by combining the crop tool with the image size command, It is very easy to reformat any photo to work in a broadcasting or videotape environment.